Hello, I'm Captain Robert McCullough, and welcome to Police Report, brought to you by the men and women of the Baltimore County Police Department. This program brings you information on crime trends, crime prevention techniques, and information on police department activities and operations. In today's program, we'll be speaking with Officers Shelley Knox and John Mitchell of the Baltimore County Police Department's recruitment team. They will be telling you how you can become a member of the Baltimore County Police Department. Later in the show, we will talk with Mr. Jonathan Dansicker, Ms. Paula Wolf, and Ms. Sherelle Ruley-Carr. They will tell you about Baltimore County's commitment to our veterans through the innovative Homefront program. The Baltimore County Police Department is one of the largest municipal police departments in the nation and has been in existence since 1874. The department enjoys a fine reputation and has been accredited since 1984. The department has an authorized strength of approximately 1,907 police officers and more than 40 cadets. In addition, the Baltimore County Police Department offers outstanding benefits and an opportunity to serve in one of the largest jurisdictions in the Baltimore metropolitan area. Now could be the perfect time for you or someone that you know to become a Baltimore County police officer or cadet. With me to talk about career opportunities in the Baltimore County Police Department are Officers Shelley Knox and John Mitchell. Welcome to Police Report.
Thank you.
Good afternoon.
Officer Knox, how long have you been a member of the Baltimore County Police Department?
21 years.
And you, Officer Mitchell?
15 years.
Officer Mitchell, can you tell us what the mission of the Baltimore County recruitment team is?
To recruit qualified applicants from the community.
And Officer Knox, what types of qualities are you looking for in your applicants for the Baltimore County Police Department?
We're looking for those individuals with good moral character, that are mature and responsible and can make good judgment, sound judgment decisions in quick time.
And in terms of their background, what are you looking for?
Well, we're going to be exposing individuals and looking into their criminal activity, as well as employment history, their interactions with neighbors and references. So we're going to delve into quite extensively from the day they were born to the day they filled out that application.
And we talk about qualities. What kind of qualities make up a good police officer?
Well, those individuals that do the right thing even when no one's looking is where to start. We're looking for those individuals that know how to follow the rules and know how to operate within a paramilitary structure.
And Officer Mitchell, what types of things would eliminate a person from becoming a Baltimore County police officer or police cadet?
Integrity, honesty, any kind of falsifying any information or documents when you're applying for the position.
Is there any other things like in their background in terms of like drug usage that would eliminate them?
Yes, of course, felony convictions. Any felony convictions, you will be eliminated from the process.
What about any like serious thefts from previous employers or any of those things also?
Any, of course, certain misdemeanors are case by case. Mm-hmm. So we do have a habitual behavior of stealing or theft. That will be something that will be eliminated. Will eliminate you from the process.
And what about somebody's driver's record, Officer Knox? Could that eliminate them?
It well could eliminate them. We are looking for people. You have to realize that as police officers, we drive 8 hours of our shift. Mm-hmm. So we are looking for those individuals that are responsible in their driving habits. 4 points or more could eliminate you from our process, as well as repeated DUIs, repeated offenses that are moving violations could also affect your employment.
Could a person have like one misdemeanor on their record from when they were much younger?
Yes, that definitely would not be anything that would eliminate them immediately from our process.
So there's no one minor thing that would preclude them. It would have to be several things that were precluded.
Yes, we look at them in the totality of their existence, and we try to look at their past experiences, how they've moved on past those things, and look at them now and try not to eliminate individuals just on one factor that may have happened in their past.
And Officer Mitchell, in terms of maturity, what are you looking for in terms of the maturity in the person?
Mainly with, like, I would say, with your employment or education, they want to see that you actually made some progress. So of course, they're looking at your moral character. So if you have made some mistakes in the past, they want to see that you have changed that behavior and not continuing the same behavior as you're applying now currently.
Now, you mentioned education. What are you looking for in terms of education for someone? Let's start with a cadet. What minimum education requirements are you looking for a cadet?
Well, minimum, you have to have a high school diploma or at least a GED to actually apply. But as you go through the background, we do look back to see, as far as your high school behavior, suspensions, any disciplinary actions you had in school, those things will also be looked upon.
And what about a police officer? Are you looking for a higher education there?
Yes, I mean, it does help out if you have a degree. That will help you in the long run, but that does show that you are mature and you have, excelled educationally and took some strides further than some other individuals.
Now, Officer Mitchell, when will the Baltimore County Police Department start its hiring process again?
February 8th, we'll be opening it up for this year.
Okay, February 8th of 2016?
2016, yes, sir, this year.
Okay.
Monday, February 8th.
And what should our viewers or our applicants should expect when that opens up?
The initial step of actually applying is online. You will go on the website and you actually will fill out, what you'll fill out is the initial application that the Office of Human Resources Department actually administers. And once you fill that actually out, you'll get an follow-up email for your written test date, also from the Office of Human Resources.
Okay. And then after they receive the written test date, is there something that they can do to prepare themselves for the written test?
Yes. I usually tell a lot of applicants or candidates to do some research, talk to some current or recent officers who just recently took the test to prepare yourself. You can go to the library, you can go online and do some research of different high school tests. You can even look up some research on the civil service exam. Although we don't do the civil service exam, that will also give you some benefits that assist you for that written exam.
Is there anything else you can recommend, Officer Knox, in terms of preparing for the written exam?
You may also want to consider GED textbooks. Although our written test doesn't include any math, you can look at the grammar and the literature aspect of GED books or any other type of research in dealing with reading comprehension, grammar, and writing skills.
Now, Officer Knox, once they've passed the written test, what should they expect then to happen?
Once they've received notification from our Office of Human Resources that they've passed the written test, that certification list then comes over to us at the police department. And we will then begin to notify applicants of a physical agility test, which is the second step in our process. Once they have received that notification, they'll have 2 opportunities to come and pass that physical agility to be able to move on further in our process.
Now, Officer Mitchell, what can they do to prepare themselves for that physical agility test? Because, some people are in different levels of being in shape. There's people of different age ranges and everything. So what should they do to prepare themselves for the physical agility test? Well, first of all, let's talk about the physical agility test. What's on the physical agility test?
The physical agility test is 3 exercises. We have a push-ups, we have a 1.5 mile run, and we have sit-ups. So it's not in that particular order, but those are 3 exercises each applicant has to pass. And I think for each applicant, you should prepare yourself by developing some kind of fitness plan, because you have to build up, your strength and the endurance to be able to complete these exercises. These exercises are conducted consecutive. There aren't, it's very limited breaks in between these exercises. So we tell the applicant to make sure you build your strength, make sure you build your endurance, because there won't be any breaks in between you taking your sit-ups, the push-ups, and then the 1.5 mile run.
Now, are there specific areas where we see people struggle the most in terms of the physical agility test?
Normally we see a lot of struggling in the 1.5 mile run and then also on the push-ups. So that's something that you definitely want to work on and build that endurance, because it will be tough for most applicants.
Now, what can people do to help build their muscular endurance for push-ups? What do you suggest?
I recommend you can do incline push-ups, sometimes having your feet raised higher than your head or your shoulders, and maybe off of a bed or off of a chair, and then do incline and decline to build up. And I would say start with low reps and then work your way up. So if you may start with 10 the first week, the following week you may move up to 20.
And how many times a day should they be doing these 10 reps of push-ups to start out?
I would recommend daily. If you have the time, daily.
Several times throughout the day, 2, 3 times a
Several
day?
times. If you have the opportunity, you can do it at work, or you have time in between your job. I would definitely recommend you do it twice or 3 times a day.
And Officer Knox, in terms of preparing themselves for the 1.5-mile run, what are some of the things they can do?
To be honest with you, just do it. You have to get out there and time yourself initially to see what you're able to do. Once you've completed that 1.5-mile run and see what your time is, then you need to then work on continuing that pattern to lower your time. Picking the speed up, as well as how you breathe is an issue as well. Making sure you breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth, and just make sure you're continuing to build up your pace throughout your trials.
Now, once they take the physical agility test, on the day to fill its physical agility test, is there anything they should expect when they show up to take that test?
They're going to need to bring their identification, and they're also going to bring with them any paperwork that has been forwarded to them through email. Currently, we are actually emailing our personal history statement to our applicants ahead of time, so that they are able to sit through and sift through that information and bring it with them prepared at the agility test.
And how important is it for them to complete this paperwork and complete it accurately and completely?
It is very important, because what can separate your folder being assigned early in our investigation or later towards the end. It could actually separate which academy class you would be considered for. So it is very imperative that individuals take their time, fill out that booklet, fill out every question, even if it doesn't apply, to make sure it's clear and concise. Also try to print as legibly as possible, and also bring whatever documents we're requiring with them.
Now, once they've passed the physical agility test, what should they expect, Officer Knox?
After that physical agility test, then their background packets will be assigned. There's no particular order, so it's not alphabetical or anything along those lines. But as I mentioned before, those individuals that bring all their documents and have all of their history complete without a lot of holes and a lot of questions to be added will be assigned to a background investigator to conduct their background.
Officer Mitchell, is there anything applicants can do to help themselves during that background process?
Normally that's the waiting time, but in the meantime, it's just making sure if you have any documents that you didn't submit to your investigator, make sure you do submit those. If they're requesting them, make sure you have those submitted to them as soon as possible. But normally that's going to be your waiting time, where you should make sure you are, continuing doing your particular job or continue what you've been doing prior to that. And if you have any updates with your investigation, make sure you're communicating that with your investigator, letting them know that you have changed your address, phone number, email.
Now, do you accept applications from people who live out of state?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And if someone wants to join the Baltimore County Police Department, is there a website or email they can contact you?
Yes, they can go to our website at www.joinbaltimorecountypd.com and research information there, or they can email a recruiter directly at recruiter@baltimorecountymd.gov.
And what about a telephone number? Is there a contact phone number for you?
410-887-5542.
And also, is there a place that would-be applicants could go to look at some of the future events that you may be at?
Yes, they can also visit the website. We have an updated calendar that we keep all the events that we attend throughout the year.
Okay. As you can see, there are numerous career opportunities in the Baltimore County Police Department. If you think that you have what it takes to be a member of the Baltimore County Police Department, apply online at joinbaltimorecountypd.com or call 410-887-5542 for additional information. We'd like to thank Officer Shelley Knox and Officer John Mitchell for being with us today on Police Report.
Thank you, sir.
Coming up next in our program, we will speak with Mr. Jonathan Dansicker, Ms. Paula Wolf, Ms. Sherelle Ruley-Carr of the Department of Veterans Affairs and the Baltimore County Department of Health and Human Services. They will be telling us about Baltimore County's commitment to veterans through the Homefront program. But first, this message.
Uphold the public trust by being honest.
We maintain the highest standards
of ethical and moral character.
We treat everyone with respect and dignity in an unbiased manner.
We protect constitutional rights
through impartial enforcement of the law.
We provide dedicated and compassionate assistance
by promoting leadership,
cooperation,
and creativity.
We aspire to improve the quality of life
in partnership with the community.
We are the Baltimore County Police Department.